G'day folks, it's Cortezerino, and welcome back to the lovely world of Dystopia. It's been a minute, hasn't it? Ooh, it's about to get dark in my wonderful castle here. I've got to be a little bit careful about running around this place at night time though, because we get lots and lots of creepers spawn on these rooftops. I just thought I'd pop in here because I realised I've built so many things in this world over the years, and then it's probably been about 4 years since I actually explored this castle. I've been thinking of maybe each episode just exploring something that I built so long ago that I don't even know what is up that staircase. What on earth could be up here? We have bedrooms. I am getting completely lost in my own castle here. Ooh, cool dining room. Gee, I love that Austrian flag. That looks so awesome. And yes, it's getting very, very nighttime-y out there. Let's find a bed. So this is what it's like to start an episode without a plan. Have we got mobs on the roof? I think I'll find out pretty quick. You know, I had a bunch of pillagers in here that I had tamed by breaking their weapons, and I think they've run away. I hope they haven't disappeared when I've done an update. Where on earth could they have gotten to? Can pillagers even open doors? If they can, they could be anywhere. Or they could just walk in here. You in the church, guys? Have you found God? Where are you? Oh no, I can hear one. Is he up here? So they could have come all the way up here without opening a door. But yes! What are you doing up here, mate? Oh, did I only have one of you? I thought I would have had more than one. Let's keep going up. Is there anyone right up the top of this tower? Maybe I only had one dude. Well, I've found a new mini-game in this world. It is Pillager Hide and Seek. And I am losing. Okay, enough of that. We have an episode to do. I only found one pillager there, so I might have to get some more of them. So what are we doing today? Are we going to finish one of my unfinished projects? I think last episode, it was so long ago I can't really remember, but I think we were over here in the Ministry of Fireworks trying to get this place fixed up. And I put in a map room, and I don't even know if I finished it. Oh, yes, looks like I did. Okay, that is looking very cool. And I was going to do another map room, but it looks like I didn't get that far. Or perhaps we are going to finish the big, well, we're not going to finish, but maybe do some more work on the huge castle here. So far, I've only got the foundation, but it's me, guys. Of course, I'm not going to finish this. As you could probably tell by the lovely time lapse at the beginning of the episode, we are over here in the little Tuscan Valley because I've got plans to build a huge winery. So maybe in this space, or maybe even tucked away behind the trees here. I haven't decided yet. But either way, I've got to build a road from my Tuscan house all the way to the winery. And that is why I came up with this design. You might have seen a tutorial for my little Tuscan cottage. I just wanted to have something I could place along the road, so it wasn't just a long road of nothing to the winery. And I really love this little cottage. Okay, I had to pause for a moment for a little bit of a sheep massacre. I'm in a constant struggle with these guys because they're going to trample all of my crops. So I'm trying to keep this little area as clean of animals as I possibly can. So in addition to the house, I have done the path. So the house is just a decoration for this path. And oh gosh, it's a hard path to do. So basically then I just marked out basically where I wanted it to go with path blocks. And then I started putting the leaves around the edges and filling in the different textures. And getting these slabs right is always a little bit painful. But we are not done. We're not done. I can't just have leaves. There are so many little decorations I need to do, like throwing in all these posts and little fences everywhere. And then tons of little decorations like campfires and composters and little bushes. So there is lots and lots to do. This path takes absolutely forever to do. But I think I'll leave that for a little bit because I need to figure out what's going around this house. So at the moment, it's just sitting there. It's looking a little bit boring. We've got a pond already here, so that's cool. I'll decorate that a bit. But I think because this is a cozy little cottage, we need to make this a little bit cutesy and hopefully it doesn't end up looking too cottagecore. And I think I brought what I need. Yes, we're going to use birch. So I think nothing says cutesy like a nice little bit of a birch fence. So we're going to do just a nice little entrance here. We'll build this up. Oh gosh, this is why I don't build on camera, guys. It takes forever. How wide do I want this to be? 3 blocks will do. And we'll just make this look super duper cute. Actually, I don't know if I want a fence gate there. Yeah, we'll do it something like this instead. So we'll have a bit of a fence extending out. Let's get another one of these built up. And we'll get this guy surrounded. But I want to make this really leafy and green. And that's where our glowberries are going to come in handy. So I'll chuck those in. We'll do a few leaf blocks in the middle. Grab my shovel out and remove all of that junk. So we'll do a couple of fence gates like that. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. I might actually, let's go a little bit weird. We'll break that. And now it just sort of looks like it's encased with leaves. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, let's break out the glowberries. I love that you don't need string for these anymore, that you can just shear them. That is so much better. So one there, we'll do, whoops, 2 on this side, shear him, and we will light this guy up. Oh, no, got to shear him first. There we go. Yeah, that is looking nice and cutesy now. Okay, so I think we'll surround the entire cottage with this, with the birch fencing, just to make it stand out a bit from the spruce fencing that I've got on the path. And I think I'm kind of done with time lapses for the moment. I get a bit bored of doing that. I'm not really sure what I'm doing here, so I'm just going to take my time. We'll do a little fence around the place. I'll put some kind of farming in. I'll actually show you on a creative world what I was experimenting with the farming. Yeah, over here, this is the world where I designed the cottage. So I was playing around with different ideas for crops because I don't want to do grapevines just yet. I want to do something a little bit different because we're going to have a huge winery later on. So in Tuscany, they have sunflowers, so I was trying that out. That looks weird. And I was trying out different designs for tomatoes. So I think the rose bushes look a little more tomato-y than these guys. And I was doing hops, for making beer. So I think this looks pretty cool. These, like real hops don't have the trapdoors above, but obviously I need them to hang my berries down. But yeah, that looks awesome, man. I got some boats there on leads to make it look like ropes are holding it up. So I'm going to be doing one of these designs, but I'm not sure which yet. So anyway, I am going to get to work on building this out. So I will probably spend a day on this and I will see you tomorrow, but it'll just be a moment for you. So welcome back to Little Tuscany, guys. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to put a nether portal out here sooner or later. I'm wasting so many rockets flying back and forth. This place is looking much, much better. So I had a bit of a conundrum. I was trying to think up what to put in this area over here between the two houses. Now, these tall trees up the back there, they scream Tuscany. So I had the option of just doing a whole bunch of them. But if I did that, they may obscure the view of the lovely Tuscan house up there, and I didn't want to do that at all. So the other option was to put lots and lots of crops in this area. But then I realized if I started doing crops like this all over the place, then I'd pretty much have to just continue doing that, and I would have animals constantly destroying them, and it'd just be so much work. Ow, 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 and it would look so busy. So instead, I've opted for some olive trees. And yes, these are authentic olive trees. These are exactly what they look like. I don't know, it's my best approximation of olive trees. They look pretty cool. So just using the mangrove wood with a bit of spruce mixed in. And in some of them, I'm also doing the mud brick walls. So I think they look cool. So I can just I need to scatter a couple more of them just up here. So that's just a little crop for the little cute cottage, and I think that's going to work. And I ended up going with tomato plants. So they look reasonably like tomato plants, I think. And I've done a few little crops around the back here. So I don't want to make it too busy. We've extended this little birch fencing all the way around. I need something for this area. It looks a little plain in there. And we've finally got the path going well, so I think it looks good just mixing in. So this is so easy to do. You just surround the path in leaves, and then you go around just taking out leaves and putting in fences with coarse dirt in there, and throw down the odd button and the odd composter. And it looks really good, I think. And the pond is looking super duper pretty, I think. So yeah, I think this is the way we're going to go, but gosh, if I have to decorate the path like this all the time, it's going to get so hard to do, man. I'm thinking of just doing a whole bunch of fields with nothing but grass in them. That might be the easier option. But there is only so much landscaping I can do at any one time, and I've been at this for a couple of days now, and I'm sick to death of it. So I was trying to think up something else to do, and I was in the cottage and I noticed something cool up here. And that is these bad boys, the crafters. We've got these now. I've updated recently, but I haven't actually used them in this world yet. So there are lots and lots of farms that could definitely use them. And it's so nice having my multiple entrances to the base now. So I pretty much use this one all the time. Although I dropped down here the other day, and this block that's about to go above, so that block right there, there was a zombie sitting on top of it, so I dropped down there and I got in a fight with him on the way down. I'm just grateful that wasn't a creeper. Anyway, let's turn the shaders off because we're going into the nether. So my original plan was to go to the iron farm and get that linked up with automatic crafters, but I had to go get some redstone before I could do that. So I was wandering off to my villager trading hall, and I passed by the gold farm and I saw this monstrosity. And I haven't used this for so long because it is super painful crafting up all these nuggets. And have a look at all these hoppers and double chests, guys, for collecting all the drops there. It's an absolute disgrace. So I would love to be able to remove absolutely all of these chests and hoppers and come up with a brand new system for collecting all these drops. And this is a bit tricky too, because we've got the hoppers down here at ground level and I can't dig down. So it was tricky I can't even remember how this works. How does this work? Okay, I've figured it out. So we've got absolutely an immense amount of drops coming down into these hopper chains. So I split them into 2 dropper item elevators so we could handle all the goodies that were coming through, and then it looks like I'm taking out the rotten flesh And just in case there was a chicken jockey, I'm taking out the feathers and the raw chicken. Gosh, you have to land right beside me. And then all the nuggets were just continuing at that level and going into the storage. If I were to build this today, I would probably just have one taking out the nuggets and then send it back up into a dropper item elevator. And then everything else that just goes in here goes in the lava and gets destroyed. So I think what I'll do, I'll just experiment with this one. I will change this first one here to nuggets, and that should mean that we can get rid of the other two. And that is not what you want to do. I've just destroyed all those nuggets I put in. Oh, not all of them. I've got a few left. Okay, so we'll take... Oh, no, that's bad. Ah! What are you doing, Cortez? Okay, we didn't need all of those redstone components anyway. I think I brought a bucket. Let's just pick that lava up. Okay, I think that is pretty much everything I had to replace. So this is my dropper item elevator. It's a one wide version. I'd forgotten about this design completely. So it just, the piston extends when there's something detected in the bottom one and starts up a observer clock, and it just hits that middle dropper. So that powers all three. So that was a nice, simple, tileable way of doing it. I've got to be better at redstone now than when I built this, so hopefully we can make this a little bit better. Okay, so if we don't need all of this, I'll just get rid of these guys. Okay, guys, this is so easy, it's ridiculous. So the nuggets are only going to be coming through when this item sorter is running. And these crafters, they are only going to take the 9 nuggets and then spit out the gold bar. So I don't have to worry about any special timing here. I can just keep powering it and powering it. So if I just do the hopper straight into it there, this thing is going to flash every time it sorts an item. So that is going to continue to power this thing, and it's just going to craft them. How easy is that? That's so much simpler than doing extra redstone. Although if I have a hopper above it, I am going to need to do something about that block there because that is getting powered. Yeah, so all I have to do is replace that iron block with a bit of glass, and with the dust on top, that will not lock that. Okay, let's see if I can compact this a little bit better. Okay, not to toot my own horn, guys, but I came up with something absolutely awesome, and I've just built it over there, but I'll show you on this one. So basically, I've cleaned up both sides of this. I've just got the one item sorter on each side, and then everything that needs to be destroyed is coming out up the top. So previously, I was throwing it into this contraption, but it turns out we don't need it, like, at all. I'm going to build it over here instead, right in this tiny little gap. Okay, so remember earlier I showed you this dropper item elevator. So when something's in the bottom one, this picks it up, extends the piston, and that starts firing at the middle one, and that powers all of them. Well, it will also power one if not if I put it there, but if I put it right there, then it will power that as well. So I'm going to have that constantly firing when the items are coming through, and we'll be a little bit more careful with the lava. We'll do a hopper in from each side, and a double chest on top, and then all I need to do is lead that hopper into there and do the same on this side. Oh, no, I am placing that all wrong. And that is absolutely all I need. So that is an entire system all done. It is so much tinier than what I was doing before. Look at all of that. That is awful. Whereas this is absolutely gorgeous. So, yep, the gold gets sent down into the crafter, which will end up in there. And, yeah, that destroys everything else. Oops, I don't want to destroy them. Okay, fast forward just a little bit. And remember all that mess before. Look at it now. It is so much cleaner. So I'm just about to do an experiment that isn't going to work, but I wanted to figure out how I was going to collect all these gold ingots. So at the moment, it's just crafting them into these chests. but I want to get them all together, and I thought rather than having a long line of hoppers, let's just try and use a hopper minecart to collect them. So right here, this bit of dust is the item sorter. So when it starts sorting, so when I'm up there and all the beasties are coming down, the nuggets come in, that's going to start flashing and that will send off our minecart. So it's going to start right here. And I've just got it quickly running under all these chests. Now, I say this isn't going to work because I don't think it's going to keep up. I think we're going to be getting more gold bars in here than that minecart can collect. So I'll probably have to set up a second minecart here and they can just meet in the middle and unload all their items. But I figured I'd test it just to be sure. So I am going to fly up here, do a bit of an AFK session just for 5 or 10 minutes. And, well, hopefully everything works. And, gosh, if I can land. That was a good landing. And, yeah, we'll just see what happens. All right, that was only about 5 minutes, but I think that's long enough to test if this thing's working. It's certainly getting a lot of guys coming down, so we'll just wait for this hopper minecart to finish. No, he's off again. Okay, so yep, he's full up. God, oh, it's lucky I only went for 5 minutes. Any longer and that would have ruined my test. So that one's going to be empty, of course, but these will... Oh, no. Okay. It looks like one hopper minecart can keep up. Okay, that makes things much simpler. And we'll just do a gratuitous shot of my awesome door. I love that thing. I hope it never breaks. Okay, so we have another first for Dystopia. So this makes it look a little bit less pretty, but it is very efficient for lag. It's much better than that massive storage system I had before. So it's another first because I am using a shulker box loader, which I haven't used before because I do not have a shulker farm. So I have a limited supply of these bad boys and I really, really would like it if I never have to make a shulker farm for this world. That would be annoying. So all we're doing here is I just decided to run the hopper minecart over these hoppers while it's on its journey. And that way I don't need an unloading point at all. I can just pull the items out and they go into my crafter, and I've just got a little crafty set up there so it only spits out the gold blocks and that goes into this guy. And when that fills up, it'll just get pushed down and another one loaded. So that was only about 10 minutes. Oh no, it was more than 10 minutes. I can't remember how long I AFK'd for. It wasn't long, but this is a much, much easier way of getting gold. You know, the problem is now I've been spending so much time doing redstone that I don't really feel like getting back to landscaping. So, I mean, we're here, but I have no idea what I'm going to do. So I think we might actually call this the end of the episode. And in the next day or two, just while I'm editing, I will come back here and do a little bit more building. So I might give you that in a time lapse. So definitely going to do something in this space, add a few more of these olive trees. And after that, I'm not sure. So depends how bored I get. You might see a little bit more than that. But I think that is it for today. So here I was thinking that this would be a cottage core episode, and it ended up being more of a redstone episode. That's how it goes, guys. I never really know what I'm doing. But sit back and enjoy the time lapse, and I will see you next time. And hopefully it won't be another couple of months before we get another Dystopia episode. I think I'll jump straight into some more redesigning of farms, and you might get another episode really quick. Although, guys, my next video will not be Dystopia. You know my item sorters that I've been building recently, that cool multi-item per chest item sorter? If you are a Bedrock player, never fear, Cortez has come to the rescue. I've got a working Bedrock version, so I'll be doing a tutorial for that pretty soon. But until then, I will see you next time.